Christie, the turnovers, the offensive rebounding, you guys end up taking 17 less shots. Why do you feel like those were such problems for you guys in this game?
I don't have an answer for you of why. You don't give yourself a chance with 23 turnovers and, 17 shots that we don't have an opportunity to score on, and then giving up 10 offensive rebounds. So we just, got to get back and figure it out.
You went away from it to start the second half, and I'm curious what you thought of the starting lineup change and how it impacted the whole game.
Yeah, I don't think it impacted the whole game. That was a coach's decision, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay, there goes my next question. I was going to ask you what the thinking was behind making that change. You're not going to answer?
That was just a coach's decision, and that's where we're going to leave it.
All right.
Go Bob, and we'll go Matt here. Bob, to your left there.
Yeah, it seemed like there was like a few pockets in the game where the players didn't really go to Aaliyah in the post. Obviously, she did have the turnovers in the first quarter that kind of limited her shots, but just kind of wondering what you kind of thought of that strategy. Maybe if you want to get it to her more.
So your question is Aaliyah getting shots and talking about her turnovers? Is that what you're asking? I don't really understand what you're asking right there.
Yeah, like Aaliyah only had one shot in the first quarter. Obviously, she had a few turnovers that kind of accounted for that. There's other pockets in the game where she only took 4 shots.
Yeah, she only played like 20 minutes, right? She got into foul trouble early. Yeah, I mean, that's, we're trying to get the ball into her. I thought, Dolson did a pretty good job of really making it hard for her to try to get any touch. We had several turnovers trying to get the ball in a high-low situation for her. She's battling Dolson, and maybe our timing wasn't right on some of those passes, which was the reason maybe she picked up some of those fouls that she did. Yeah, I mean, we're always going to look to play inside out and get AB touches and get list touches, and that opens up the outside.
Go Zion, then Chloe.
What changes when you end up putting Katie Lou at that 4 spot with the wing, whether it's Lexi or whoever else? Just what changes for her when she shifts down and kind of plays taller?
Yeah, I think Katie Lou just stretches the defense with her shooting ability. You're able to have a lot of like pick and pop situations that can be beneficial for us, especially with the way teams guard Caitlin, and just gives us an opportunity to have an outside shooter, which is going to draw some defense out and then some high-low looks.
Go Chloe, then we go Kelsey.
Yeah, you had the high of beating Liberty and the low of this game. Just how you keep your team focused for the quick turnaround on Friday.
Yeah, 48 hours, got to get ready for a really hungry Phoenix team that's going to want to get us back from what they did on their home court. Yeah, just keep showing up. Just keep showing up. Come together tomorrow. We're going to practice. We're going to watch this video. We've got to figure out why the first 3 quarters looked the way they did, and then we were able to come out in the fourth quarter and hold them to 13 points and score 29 points. It's just something you've got to turn on from the beginning, and we just didn't do that. I've got to figure out what I can do better to help us start those quarters better.
Go Kelsey, then we'll go Andrew in the back.
You mentioned a little bit about the fourth quarters, back-to-back games with solid minutes. Just what was said during that third quarter timeout before the fourth quarter that kind of just sparked that comeback?
I just continue to encourage them to keep fighting, keep playing. We have the ability to put a lot of points on the board really fast, got to play fast, got to get, good looks, but take care of the ball. I thought we came out in the third and we held them to 5 points, I think, the first 5 minutes. And then once, I think they ended up with 20 in the second 5. And, that's where we have to do better and grow and be able to, as we're making that comeback, get those stops and not allow them to get on a run as well. And then had a whole different fourth quarter. I really thought that third quarter with the 5 points, we were going to be in a really good position at the end of the fourth to go away with it. And but we just, we weren't able to get stops, put them at the free throw line, gave up way too many offensive rebounds.
Go Andrew in the back.
Christie, you all have had some comebacks this season. When you see the team just rallying around each other on the court, whether it's Caitlin, whoever it may be, what's that growth from a leadership standpoint of taking that ownership to never be out of these games?
Yeah, I think that's just like one of the biggest pieces for a young, inexperienced team is to get that chemistry, get that camaraderie, come together. When things get hard, because they will get hard. I mean, this is a great league. Every team is good, regardless of the their record. So when those hard times come, just having people come together and fighting through those hard times. And we continue to get better at that. I mean, we did it in the Phoenix game and, in the Vegas game, there were moments, and then against New York. So we have to figure out those moments and come together and be able to stop some of those runs that these teams are going on us. And, when the ball's not falling for us, not let it affect our defense.
Okay, last one on Zoom. George, you want to go ahead?
George Boyd from the Just Say Boys Sports Podcast. Coach, when you have a fourth quarter like that, is there anything positive you can take away going into the next game, or is it we're starting from scratch and we got to get ready for Phoenix no matter what happened?
No, I think you definitely can take something. It just shows who we can be. If you get a consistent quarter, you can have a bad quarter, but you can't have 3 bad quarters. And so, like, what they were capable of doing after giving up 26, 25, and 25, holding them to 13, I mean, I think we got great looks. We've just got to make sure we can't let, a one quarter, okay, we can manage that one, but not a second or a third.